I'm tired. I'm sorry. Ah.
There's no sound. Dylan, there's no sound.
I'm glad. I'm glad they didn't see me moaning.
Oh.
No, okay. It's better this time. Oh wait, I got it. I got it. I had to turn it off. I had to turn it off. I was like,
That's why I always keep the stream open when we
I know.
start.
Look, hey, I'm so glad. So, but glad you guys didn't get to hear me go. I mean, I just did that.
Yeah.
I love it. Ew, I love
It's a bunch of
it.
deranged, like SpongeBob Lois laughs.
Oh, gross. Imagine if everybody laughed like Peter Griffin or SpongeBob. This would be like, uh, or
I'm not
like,
even gonna
what
try.
about
I'm not
like
even gonna
during
try.
intimacy, like you in your bed with your partner?
I'm punching him in his throat and I'm saying, get off me.
Talking
But
about, yeah,
first,
you just
I'm gonna
like,
laugh first.
girl, I'm about to
I'm gonna
put
laugh first.
it, girl, I'm about to put it on you.
I'm gonna be like, Ma, huh?
It's just like,
No, I'm just
oh,
kidding.
baby.
No,
Like,
honestly, I would probably start laughing too because I'm really goofy. I'll probably start laughing. I'm like, be serious.
Be
And
serious,
then
yeah, imagine like,
go back to the D. Go
yeah,
back to
you
the
just
D.
like, oh yeah, girl, I'm about to,
God damn it, be serious.
yeah, girl, I'm about to put it on you. Oh God. Oh yeah. All right. Well, I'm trying not to get like you guys like sex game just absolutely eviscerated. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. What's popping, everybody? It's of course Dylan Freddy, aka Coda Sauce, back like I never left. Here with a brand new episode of the Sauce Talks. We have some interesting things to talk about today. So of course, you already know who I am. Y'all know who I be. I got another haircut, as you can tell. Like I'm with my actual barber this time, and it was such a beautiful thing. Like my barber, like gave me like the nicest gesture today. So I went in and I was like, "Oh man, you're not at your usual spot," and he's like, "No, like him and the owner of the barbershop that I used to go to was like they had a big falling out back in April, and he like left. So he was just like, yeah, dude, like I started working here. Like these five of the barbers that was there, I actually seen at that barber shop. So he was just like, yeah, that dude just didn't know how to talk to people, and now he's working at this new shop, and I paid him. My barber actually charges me still $20, but I usually tip him like really heavy, and so like I paid him like 60, and he pretty much was like, you know what, like if anything happens where like you don't like you just can't make it to ATM and stuff, like don't worry about it, I'll cut your hair for free. And I was like, bro,
Oh,
I would never like let you do that. Like, you have been cutting my hair for 12 years, so it's kind of crazy. So shout out to my barber. we uh
that's love.
yeah, that's barber marriage right there, man. Dude,
You
you
can never cheat on your barber.
been getting me
brand
right.
loyalty.
Yeah, been getting me right since like fucking 2011. So shout out to him.
Damn.
So yeah, love that guy. But yeah, I'm gonna let Erica take it away. I don't know if you got a barber love or you got a stylist love. Like,
Yes, I do. I do. Very, very much love my stylist. It's kind of like a love-hate relationship,
mm-hmm.
but honestly, like she would always come through as my stylist back in Vegas. I've been going to her since like 2016, but I was in like San Diego. I was between San Diego and Vegas, and then now I'm like, Houston, Vegas.
Yeah,
So I would always like go to other stylists and I wouldn't get like the best experience or it would be so crazy because I would get these new girls and like I would always end up booking with them when they're going through with their nigga. Like their
Oh,
nigga could be cheating on them or just like
yeah,
just
that's weird.
crazy stuff.
oh my
And I'm just
God.
like, bitch. And I'm just here, I'm like, I'm not a heartless person. Like I'm very empathetic. I'm like, hey bitch, like, do we need to reschedule type shit? Like I know
Yeah,
I said, you need to cause the first girl like fucked up on my hair like Labor Day weekend. So she's trying to get me to go in before Labor Day weekend's over. I'm like, girl, I can manage it before, but like, I'm trying to be outside. It's Labor Day weekend. I'm like, I'm gonna catch you, after Labor Day. And just a mess. Like, and next thing I know, I'm playing like fucking therapist the whole time. Like,
That's
damn,
crazy.
bitch. Okay. I know I'm a psych major, but like, I didn't sign up for this shit. I'm not trying to have you sit on my couch today. I'm taking a break today. Like, today's TLC. It's me day. Next thing I know, I'm being a therapist. So, shout out to my stylist. She never made me be her therapist. The bitch could bring to life anything I brought her. Anything I could see it on like Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And like, hey girl, can you do this? She could do any and everything. So shout out to her. I still haven't found a decent stylist out here, but I miss you, girl.
I miss you, girl.
Girl.
That's love right there.
Whoa.
And then finally, Mr. Ray, you have a love relationship with your barber? I think I know the answer.
I have been going to one place for the past couple years, like more or less since restrictions on COVID started to lighten up and like I had to go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's consistently been one dude. He's chill. He's a friend of my sister. Like it's a chill spot. Like nothing special to really talk about.
Oh, yeah, so you just gotta go in there, get your hair cut, and then it's just like pay him and
Yeah, like I get my shit cut when I can't fit my work hat.
Yeah.
That's when I get my shit cut.
I like, before we get into like the bread and butter today's show, like I like conversations with like your barber or your stylist that are just like natural conversations, like just comfortable talk, because and that's one
Nothing
thing about
forced.
Yeah, that's one thing about my barber. He like for sure is like, oh, like we'll talk and shit. Like he asks me how I've been, I ask him how's things and shit like that, or we'll talk about sports. He's a big Jordan fanatic, so like anytime now I'm Jordans and shit, like we'll talk about that pretty much the entire time. So it's like a great dynamic, the few barbers that I did go to outside of him, especially the more recent one, and it was very weird. Like this dude was like talking about like piping a female down and shit, like really, and we're like really loud, like it's 4 guys in here, okay, me included, and he was like, I was just trying to get the cheeks red, like bah bah, and he like he completely stops cutting my hair, okay? He completely stops cutting my hair, which is why I'm never going back to him, because he completely stops cutting my hair and he starts to like gyrate. He was like, bow, bow, like he like literally just like doing it, like, and I'm just sitting here in the chair like, bro, you better like fade.
Why did he have to do that?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you better fade both sides correctly, or I'm going to be
that moment where I would just
what
be
the
like,
fuck?
I'm uncomfortable. Goodbye.
I would be uncomfortable. Like it's kind of like there's not too many things that'll make me uncomfortable, but like that right there, like a grown ass man,
like what the
like
fuck?
just like literally just bow, like literally just like hitting,
cringe.
like,
But I feel like also like being a man, like y'all all know like what that's like. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, he was like
recreate that.
Yeah, he was like.
We don't need deep visuals.
Detail,
yeah, like we don't need the visual presentation. Like we
like,
already
bro,
know.
Cut my fucking hair, and he ended up fucking up my haircut. Like he ended up fucking up. Like he faded one side shorter than the other, and I was just. And then
he probably fucked up the thrust.
The worst part of it all is like he, like, gave me his number for like a chick to retwist my hair, and at that point I was just like, bro, no, like, I'm not going to. And
yeah, like by that point, it's like
I deleted the chick's number.
Like you tried, just fucking insisted on turning on RTX for your sex explanation while you're cutting my hair. Like what the?
Dude, like you could talk about like LeBron James or something. Like
talk about ray tracing or some shit.
Yeah, like you could talk about anything. I don't need you to be like dicking down the air. Come on, man. I'm here for
he must be down bad if he's dicking down the air.
I'm about to say
it was a light-skinned dreadhead. So
no. Like he was down bad.
It was not
that is some light-skinned shit.
It was not a proud moment for my community. So I just
light skin.
Yeah, I mean, I got a severe tan right now, but you see the chest, you see the
I'm the lightest motherfucker in this call.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, like, but Ray, like I've been in the sun like all day for like,
Fair
the
enough.
past 3 months. So like
30 months.
yeah, I look like I
Let
look
him
like
have his moment.
it's crazy, man. Look at my chest, like look how bright it
Ooh,
is.
that
Like,
tan line.
I know the tan
Yeah.
line going crazy. I look like a
Oh,
piece of bacon.
crazy. Wow.
Anyway, enough about barbershops and gyrating and stuff like that. We're gonna get into our first story, which is actually a pretty like interesting one. I'm sure you guys have seen this movie before. It's called The Blind Side, which is, it's a movie starring Sandra Bullock, if I'm not mistaken. Sandra Bullock. I can't think of the guy that plays Michael Orr and whatnot, but like, pretty much, this movie was about like this guy. Well, he was like pretty much a teenager. He got adopted by his family because he was struggling and stuff. Pretty big dude, played football, yada yada and stuff. He actually gets into the NFL, and apparently it was based on a true story. So keep that portion like in mind. Keep that in mind, okay? Well, at the beginning of this week, it was like Monday. Michael Orr, who's the guy, like that's his actual name. They used his actual name in the movie. Michael Orr came out and stated that the family that adopted him, quote unquote, pretty much exploited him. So everything about the movie, like about his adoption and stuff like that, was false. And he's actually suing them because he didn't get paid anything in regards to this movie. So it's one of those. First of all, The Blind Side is very much a white savior story. Let's start off with that. Like, it's very much like white people come in, black boy struggling and shit, they help black boy, everybody is happy because white people help black boy and stuff. Also, they make him seem like really stupid in this movie.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
they really
Like,
do.
I've seen
Really
like
stupid.
I've seen this movie quite a few times, and they make him seem really dumb, which, I don't know if that's true or not. He states that it's not. Like,
Yeah, like generally from watching that movie, I thought they were like depicting him as like autistic or like slow or something.
yeah,
Like he
Yeah.
actually like was different. And then the man comes out and is like, "No, I'm not."
no, yeah, for sure. So pretty much like the movie is about them helping Michael Orr and like Michael Orr's like story of like resilience and overcoming adversity of, struggling and, not having a healthy like household and stuff like that. He did, like I say, he did go to the NFL. He played in the NFL for 8 seasons. Yeah, 8 seasons or so. And this movie actually did numbers. Like, this movie made roughly about $300 million in the box office. So, and Sandra Bullock was nominated for an Oscar for like best picture.
I think she won it too, didn't she?
And she took home the Oscar for best actress for portraying, like, what's the name of that one? Leanne. Yeah. So, this all happens, but now he's like saying that they lied about his adoption, and they pretty much forced him into conservatorship, and like used his story like to exploit people into like doing business deals, and they make a shit ton of money. So if you don't know what a like conservatorship is, think about Britney Spears. Like when she went through all that shit and like she shaved her head and whatnot, and like her dad practically like took over pretty much her life, because that's pretty much what a conservatorship is. They're like, the court is granting you permission to take care of like said person's like finances, their health, stuff like that. Like, it's very like, intricate stuff. If I was under a conservatorship, that's practically like being in what I would deem social prison, because like if your if the person who owns your conservatorship says that you can't drive because they don't think you're in a good enough mental state, even though you could be perfectly fine, there's nothing you can do about it. So, he goes on and states that for like 2 decades they have exploited his name and his story and stuff, and then that they lied and said that, you know, he was adopted when in reality, like, he was in this conservatorship. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. Okay, first of all, let's just ask the big question. How do you feel about this film? Let's start with that. Let's start off with the big, now that you know this information, now that this is going on.
With this lens, I with this lens, I would say it definitely makes the direction of him seeming slow more offensive.
Yeah.
Because, like, before, without this lens, I didn't think it was, like, them being, like, offensive. I thought maybe he was just neurodivergent. You know, maybe he was ADHD. Maybe he was, like, autistic on the spectrum somewhere. That's perfectly normal.
Mm-hmm.
But with this case, with him saying it, it's just like, hey, that makes the rest of this look really sus.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. I do agree. How about you, Erica?
Honestly, I'm not surprised. Like, I'm sad to hear that, but, like, I'm not surprised because, like, things like that happen so much, like, every day now. But honestly, like, when I heard about it, like, just, like, disgust, like, I really felt for him because, like, that's so shitty. What can he do? Like, who else can he turn to like, have in his corner? Like, they were the only people in his corner. They were controlling literally, like, his whole life. So all he could really do is just, like, sit back and take a back seat.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. Now, do keep in mind that he was an All-American left tackle, okay? And, like, that's kind of a big deal. Like, to be an All-American left tackle, like, you're one of the better players of like, the country, you know, on a collegiate level and stuff. They pretty much, like, stated that, he was practically adopted, but the film depict him as, like, homeless, like, and he was like his mom was a drug addict and shit, like, when he was 7, and he's been navigated through, like, the foster system. Now, do know that, like, he's not like your average, like some C-rated fucking NFL player. Like, this dude actually helped the Ravens go to the Super Bowl in 2013 and win the Super Bowl. So, like, you know, all of that kind of went crazy, and then he ended up signing a deal with the Titans and stuff, but he was wrought with injuries and stuff. Over his career, though, like, he made roughly, I think they said, like, $30 to $35 million, like, over his career. So, like, still, to, like, most of us,
that's a lot.
That's a lot of money. Yeah, 35 million is a lot of money, you know? But he states that he just found out about this conservatorship, this year, like, fairly recently. Okay, like, it wasn't like he knew. I'm sure, like, if he knew about it, like, years ago, he would have said something, you know. But,
yeah, that makes sense.
Like, this, like, what that movie came out in
early,
like, 2008 or something,
like that.
Yeah. So I'll just, like, read a excerpt of, like, what they state about it. So it states that he had discovered this lie to his chagrin and embarrassment in February of 2023. So he found this out in February, where he learned that the conservatorship to which he consented on the basis that it would make him a member of the Tuohy family, in fact, providing him no familiar relationship with the Tuohys. The petition also revealed that the conservatorship continues to this day, and among Orr's requests is that he wants the state of Tennessee to terminate it. that last part, that's scary, okay? Because they're like, he's practically saying that in this contract of this conservatorship, they can use his image, anything associated with his name, without having it tied directly to their family, and they would still benefit off of it. Okay.
That's insane.
They still could very much make decisions against his behalf. You know? Like I said, remember, like, you know, a few seasons ago, we had talked about, like, Britney Spears, like, trying to end her conservatorship and shit, and how messy that was, you know?
Yeah.
And this could quite potentially be the same case, because it, once again, like, they don't have to have that relationship. Like, adoption and conservatorships are very, very much two different things. If you adopt somebody, they're taking in your family name. Also, adoptions and stuff come with, you know, like, I would say more strenuous, you know, inspections and stuff of, like, the family and things like that. So, conservatorships, to my understanding, could be quite wrong about this, but, you know, take this with a grain of salt. But to my understanding, conservatorships don't really require that much, like, strenuous investigations into the family and stuff like that to make sure that, you know, they're, like, in a good well-being. So, but still, the crazy thing is that if the conservatorship is right, he has nothing to do with this family, but they have everything to do with him, which is bananas. Insane. Like, if this dude won the Powerball and won $1 billion, and they cut him a check for like $650 million after taxes and stuff, they quite literally could take every single dollar away from him. You can't really do anything unless he had it, like, terminated, you know? Now, on the other hand, they stated that that's not true. Like, they stated that he was definitely, like, adopted, and they're disappointed, you know, disappointed in him for actually, like, trying to, like, get the community to side with him, but also that they stated that he sent them an ultimatum, like, if you guys don't pay me $15 million, I'm gonna come out with this story. Okay, so I guess my next thing is, you think he would give him, like, such a steep ultimatum, or, like, what do you think? Because if he found out in February, I would definitely be coming out, like, with that, but also I could see why, like, under a legal sense, it'd not be ideal to just go gun-ho, like, you know, trying to say, like, oh my god, like, I got signed into conservatorship, like, what the fuck? But you think it's wise that he's coming out now, or should he have, like, come out in February?
I feel like if you're gonna come out with that kind of thing, maybe you do give it a little bit of time to, like, see if there's more information that you didn't know, like, besides that bomb in itself. Like, what if you just rushed into that shit and then, like, 3 days later it's just like, oh, so that was, like, misinformation from someone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's one of those things where you gotta, like, you gotta weigh the risk and reward of when you do it. Because, like, sometimes doing it too soon is just like, you just have baked that shit. But too late, then it's just like, now you're just trying to get clout.
Yeah. So what about you, Erica? How do you feel?
I agree with Ray somewhat. Like, I feel like it's important to, like, get all the facts and, like, do your homework before you, like, you know, make that kind of announcement. And sometimes it can be beneficial and, like, immediately, like, speaking out versus, like, waiting and then speaking out, like, a little later. But I don't know. I don't really believe them that, like, he gave them an ultimatum. Like, at this point, it's kind of hard to believe anything that they say.
Yeah, no, it
'Cause
definitely is.
yeah,
It definitely is hard.
from what they're probably most likely doing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I don't really believe. I feel like they're just saying that now to like cast Tim in a bad light because I'm sure they've been being judged and like maybe their name's getting tarnished and
Oh,
dragged through the
100%.
mud.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now they're trying to like return the favor. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Like I
And,
don't really
and
think
you
he did
know,
that.
sometimes like the court of public opinion is, will definitely have the final say in what goes
hmm
on, because you could be totally innocent, but the second you're accused for something
Yeah.
in the public eye, you pretty much just wrote a death sentence. So I want to read y'all something pretty interesting though, that we kind of discussed, which is like the disability aspect. Okay, so like I said, conservatorships can be pretty ugly. Like fighting these things can be kind of crazy. But also they can be used to like disenfranchise and abuse people with disabilities. So like people with disabilities, they would create like a conservatorship to pretty much fully control their life decisions and dictate what that person do, how they spend their money, and things like that. So this excerpt, they pretty much says like you're entitled as an adult to make decisions about your finances and your property and your medical care, but all states have laws that recognize that some people have diminished decision making capacity. Okay. Michael Orr, however, alleges that the Tuohys made him sign the papers to get into the conservatorship despite him having no physical or mental disabilities, rendering him capable of taking care of his own matters, including his finances. So they kind of like manipulated him into signing in the conservatorship so they can create this false story that he was homeless, he was slow and stuff, like he had definitely like mental issues or mental disabilities, and like created this movie to make money off it, and he would pretty much never see it because since he's in this conservatorship, they make his financial decisions, and they could easily go, well, I don't think he's in the right mindset to like own any of the royalties off of this movie, so we're going to take over that and make sure that he gets his cut, which obviously he didn't. So Sean, which is the little boy, like the SJ and stuff, like, yeah, so Sean Tuohy pretty much defended the conservatorship, arguing that it was originally created to allow Orr to play football at the University of Mississippi, but that said that he would be willing to end the conservatorship once for all. It's kind of crazy that they pretty much like created this situation. Now he's calling them out, and they're like, "Oh, okay. I mean, there's no more money to be made. Yeah. So, and there's two, like, apparently in the filing, it also states that Michael Orr unknowingly signed away the rights to his life story to 20th Century Fox in 2007 when he was 16. In the petition, Orr stated that he doesn't remember signing a contract, and if he did sign the contract, nobody explained it to him. So not only did he get exploited by this family, allegedly he got exploited by his family, but also they used his life story to create this film, and he knew like nothing about it, and as somebody like of that age, I think seeing yourself on the big screen, like you think it's all glitter and gold and stuff, which is great, but like you just kind of don't know what you're like reading. Like contracts is very much like the dullest fucking work on the planet. I'm telling you, it's like I would rather like look at paint dry than to read a contract, because the jargon in it is just meant to actually confuse people to who doesn't like understand it. So like you could say something like, I like pie, you know, easy 3-word sentence. In the world of contracts, is pretty much, I, the eater of said consumption of food, would like to declare that I do indeed like the flavor and taste of said dessert called pie, and thus will consume it in a orderly yet delicious fashion. That's pretty much contracts, like in its worst extent possible. So when you have somebody that's like 16, like and these men's in suits who pretty much understand this stuff, tell you, hey, sign this, and you're just like, what is it? And they're like, oh, we're gonna make you famous, and you're just like, oh, okay, well, you know, I want to be famous, and sign it away, and like now you're 35, and you're like, what the fuck did I like get myself into? You know, it's kind of hard to fight that back. So it's kind of crazy how like they exploited him at such a young age. Like they exploited his story. He also like was made a fool. I would say I'd be super pissed if this movie depict me as like, you know, having a mental disability, and clearly I don't. You know, like that would have been my first red flag. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not slow or I don't have any mental issues. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why is this such a big thing? So they like there was this big issue behind it, but apparently Sean stated that everyone in his family earned about $14,000 each from the movie, and reported that the Tui and the two birth children. Well, ESPN reported that their two birth children each made $225,000 in addition to 2.5% of the film's defined net proceeds. So it's pretty much like the royalties. So like for every dollar that was sold in this film, this family got 2.5 cents for it. You know, which if you're thinking about $300 million film, that shit adds up. You know, so and they're saying, each.
And then that counts for like royalties count for like every time it's shown and makes money afterwards, right?
Yes, it's shown like, you know, whether it's on television, you know, in movie theaters and stuff like that. Just kind of like a bunch of shit, you know. So, it's just kind of been a crazy like. It's kind of funny because this story like broke like literally a
this
day
week.
After, like it literally broke a day after our episode like we aired last week, where it's just like, oh shit, I guess we're talking about that. But it's wild because the big thing that I wanted to touch on is like this kind of Uncle Tom, and also the fact of like based on true event films, you know. So first of all, films like this that are based on true events, like how would you take the credibility of that now, especially if we're talking about in relation to like, you know, black people's stories or, you know, or their lives, you know, because now we have like this film that is not really telling the full story, you know what I'm saying, or at least it's not telling it correctly. So how do you think that this like it diminishes like black people's story? Like, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it waters it down. Like, and Hollywood's known for doing that. Like, they're always watering down like any and everything they can and trying to like appeal to the audience. Like, oh, like maybe they gave him a mental disability because maybe it'll like make people feel, you know, more sorry for him, and people will feel like they can connect to the story, and you know, it'll like help bring in more money. Because most true stories, when they're brought to Hollywood and turned into like movies or whatever it may be, it's not like the whole 100% truth. Like for some parts, yes, or maybe a good chunk, but like Hollywood adds in their little jabs like where they can. it's not just, oh, this is like let's say, okay, Tupac story. So like it's not just his story. Like they added like, you know, little things in there.
Mm.
So I feel like it just like that film in general, I feel like it made like our people look bad 'cause it's like, oh, his mom's a drug addict. Oh, he has he's mentally challenged. He's hopping from foster home to foster home. Like it's the stereotypes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, well, like that's that black person. That must be like, you know, the
All
rest of
black
them.
people, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that must be all black people. All black people must be stupid and like
Or
have
their
a
parents,
mental
like, yeah,
disability.
parents not
Drug addicts,
around.
strung out on drugs. Yeah, they must all be in the foster system. People
Yeah.
must, you know, have to help them and take them in, like lend a hand.
Yeah,
So,
no, yeah, for sure. Like, it definitely, like, discredits us in its entirety
mhm,
because let's say that, you know, you show this movie to people that necessarily don't see, like, people of color on a daily basis, then that's going to be their first perception to it, you know? So whenever they see a film like this and, you know, they go to school and shit and they see a black person for the first time, and this still is very much prevalent across the country. They see a black person for the first time, first thing they could quite possibly ask is like, hey, like, where's your parents? Like, are your parents
Do
white?
you have
Or
a father?
do you have a
yeah.
father? Like, you know, and it's kind of
Mm,
it's just like it's just a really weird dynamic that they actually create like this fantasy, you know, and they make a lot of money off of stuff
stereotypes.
like that. But
Yeah.
like I said before, like we discussed this once before, you know, Hollywood always had this big thing of monopolizing on black trauma, you know. So anytime that like there's been black films that have been excellent films have always been due to black trauma. You know, why how
Black
come
exploitation.
right? How come we have to go through trauma in order for like people in suits to, you know, give us praise for like our works of art and projects and
Right.
stuff? Like, why does it always have to allude to that instead of like, you know, other great projects that, you know, are comedies or are fun and things like that, you know? And in those cases where we actually have projects that are that great or even better than, you know, some of the mainstays, like those things have to like really stand out. So it's kind of crazy that we still having to deal with this stuff, you know,
Hmm.
in our day and age. But who knows? Like, hopefully that actually kind of changes perception, or like people get like a better understanding that like we can be creative in our own right. We just don't need like the trauma aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
need to make
Like
a
paint us in a positive light.
yeah, exactly. Like, definitely scan us in a
Hmm.
positive light, you know, because like we've all seen like the same trope, black kid or like foreign kid, colored kid, you know, struggling, grew up hard times, and then white person come through and is like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I'm come to save the day, you know. And
We changed
yeah, we
everything
changed
for
everything.
you.
We gentrified the neighborhood. Great job. So like, and then at the end of it was like, now they're in a better state. Congratulate, like, you know, and
My
even
God.
stuff like that. Like, that's even painting a negative light. Like if we had to get on
Mm,
topic of like gentrification, like that very much destroys like black communities. It destroys heritage and the things that were built up for these communities and stuff. So it's very like it's just very weird. Like reading the story, like at first I was like, man, I knew this movie was just fucking weird from jump. And honestly, I had to also see this film in school, like in high
Yeah.
school. Like one of my teachers played it, and
mhm.
we had to like do a lesson for it. It was fucking weird. I absolutely hated it. But it's one of these things where we're seeing someone be exploited at a young age, and now that they're older and finally understanding everything, like
They're trying to fight back.
They're trying to fight back, you know. And I don't think it's necessarily like the money aspect. It's just the integrity, you know. Because like I said, he made $35 million in his fucking career. So like, I'm pretty sure like, and this is not to say that you know how he uses this money and stuff, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty set, you know. But having like knowing that your finances and pretty much your whole life is like, you know, being controlled by somebody else that is not even using your name, it's fucking weird.
And then there's also the aspect of just being an adult and wanting to have the control over all the things that your name is connected to.
Yeah.
Like if you just had no hand in like all this shit that your name, your likeness were being used for, and then you finally were at an age where it's just like, okay, I realize this. Give me back me, essentially. It's like, you are using me. I want me back so I can decide how I am shown.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. I really do hope that, like, because this movie shows on TV like fairly often. I hope.
Oh yeah, no, that thing's still making royalties.
Yeah, yeah. For some reason, they really do like to show it during the holidays, like Thanksgiving. You guys should give thanks because we're
like, be thankful, be joyful and cheerful about like
togetherness and inspiration.
Yeah, based on true events, and we're like, stop the cap. So, like, you know, you put somebody in conversion. Like, this dude was not at all like disabled for whatever reason. So what are you doing? So, you know, it's really weird. So I want to see where this goes, how they're gonna tackle this entire situation, how it's gonna be handled in court. I hope they just get to like a swift resolution. I'm about to say no, I want the revolution. Yeah, that's what I want. I want shit to change. Okay, but I hope they come to like a quick resolution with all of this, and you know they just kind of like part ways. But yeah, unfortunately, like if everything is true as he described, like it's unfortunate that he had to go through this really weird time of his life where people just come up to sign this, whatever, not see any of that stuff. And that is that. And if anybody is in a conservatorship, like, get out of it. Unless you need to be in a conservatorship. Like, I mean, there are people out there that put like their family members and stuff in a conservatorship, which is like, you know, they have like mental health issues or disabilities and stuff, and they require that kind of attention and care. But if you're not one of those people that like require it, like, get out of it ASAP. Like, you know,
and even like, then, like, so even if people like who may initially need it, part of the problem with that can also be they're not getting educated on how to advocate for themselves.
You know,
like there are so many people on the spectrum that just don't, like, they could advocate for themselves, but they just have no idea how.
Yeah.
And no one wants to teach them because they want conservatorships. Like, they want these people to have a harder time to explain themselves so that someone like higher up making money can just put them in a bad light and just be like, they need help.
No, for sure.
Like, they do, but not your help.
Exactly, because honestly, you're trying to just siphon them, like, of everything that they owed. So,
like, teach a man how to fish. Stop trying to fish for him. God damn it.
Yeah, no, yeah, this is fucking crazy. Well, but anyway, long story short, if you get into conservatorship or any contract for that matter, like, know what you're signing, know what you're getting yourself into, ask all those questions and shit, because
it sucks, but read that shit.
Yeah, read that shit. I mean, yeah, man, I spend a vast majority of my day doing contracts. Okay, like with my job, I do a lot of contracts. I'm talking about roughly like 10 a day, I'd say.
Yeah,
like that might not seem a lot, but like when we're talking about like litigation and state statues and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of shit, and I have to sit there and like recite most of this shit. So like, I literally just be like,
Yeah.
okay, like, just word vomit to most of these people. And I mean, I'm sure they don't really care about it, but they care once like something happens to this contract, and I gotta be on their ass. Somebody be like, so check this out, like in here, like it states that you shouldn't have been doing this shit and you broke this shit, so this contract is terminated and now you owe me $1,000. So
exactly. So, it's just like, you are not supposed to be throwing it back in the backseat of your car on a Tuesday at 10 p.m. But we have video of you doing it.
Yeah. Shoot. Next to a Taco Bell. Now this contract is broken. Okay.
Turn off your fucking dash cam.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break. Don't touch that dial, because I would definitely cry and, get sunburnt across my forehead. But whenever we come back,
I will cry.
Erica is, I'm definitely going to cry. But when we come back, Erica is got our Spill the Sauce. She's going to be talking about a grocery chain, I think it is. So I'm pretty concerned. Okay. This is our first Spill the Sauce too, guys. So, like, this is going to be great. I'm trying to see, like, how she's gonna piss me off, because it just seems like that's
a new way.
Yeah. Oh God. We'll see. But fun. 5 minutes.
It's love, homie.
I don't think it will be. We'll see in 5 minutes.
It's love. It's love.
We'll be back. 5 minutes.
Yeah, like the stream's still going. Like it's not stopping or anything. Which is weird.
I'm ready. You said what?
Don't get cold feet.
Oh my god, no.
Piss Dylan off.
No.
Maybe I'll unmute my mic. I did it right. I did it, guys. I did it. I unmute my mic. The people can hear me and whatnot. You know, the world is healing. Okay.
The voices.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it right. You know, I remember like when we first started, that was always the constant thing. Like, I would never like unmute my mic when we first started the show. So I think like the first like 4 or 5 episodes, like especially on Spotify, it's just like practically clipped of of me talking for like the first 10 minutes of the show. You know, so I do
like Deja's the real one, because many times Deja will catch when you're muted before I even get a chance, and I have the stream up.
Yeah, no, for sure. So it was just kind of like, shit, you know, wow. Well, it is what it is. But we're back and stuff. Also, before we get into the spill the sauce and stuff, I don't know if you guys know, but like, a cool little way that you can interact with us, if you listen to the show on Spotify, of course, is we put a little question in there, asking like, you know, how do you feel about certain things or certain topics, whatever. So, I'm gonna read one of our responses from our first episode, because it came in pretty late actually, but yeah, this is from Yoshi Loves. I don't know who that is. But yeah, Yoshi said, we asked the question, did you guys miss us? And Yoshi stated, y'all had your boy out here fiending for this shit to come back. Welcome back, niggas. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course.
Niggas feel welcome.
Yeah, we're bigger, we're better, and we're blacker. So
I was about to make that joke. Same fucking brain cell.
So I'm glad we could satiate your hunger, Yoshi, and you know, we're not going anywhere, so greatly appreciate that. But if you want your response to be read, of course, like I say, if you listen to us on Spotify, we always post a little question, and you know, just leave your answer, and of course, I'll be glad to like read them out on the show. It could be at the beginning or the end. I haven't decided yet. It's just gonna be like, it's tentative, so trying to give a vibe. But definitely come talk to us and stuff. I love interaction. So whether it be on,
you.
Huh?
We see you.
Yeah, we see you. I see you right. I see you right now. I'm looking at you right now. Look, baby. Look, I see you right now. Well, anyway. Let's go and get into this week's Spill the Sauce. This one is a special one because this is Erica's first Spill the Sauce. So, of course, like I stated, you know, just unpopular opinion or something that you deem unpopular, you know, maybe against the masses. I talked to her earlier about it today, and she stated that it's actually about a grocery chain, which there's only one I really hated, and it's Walmart. I fucking hate Walmart, but Walmart is a necessary evil. So yeah, go ahead, take it away. What you got?
Okay, well, let's talk about something a little lighter for our first topic.
Okay.
This is where the grocery store girls.
The grocery store girls.
Is this about bonnets?
No. If you know, you know, but Trader Joe's, Sprouts, or Whole Foods? Which is better?
Oh, Whole Foods.
We got to talk about all three.
Whole Foods.
I have very limited experience with any of them.
Whole Foods. I don't think I've ever seen, and this is going to sound crazy, but I don't think I've ever seen a Whole Foods in the hood.
Yeah, they do that on purpose. Make people vandalize.
It's probably a liability risk.
It's a liability for organic corn.
The closest you're going to get is like somewhere in the CBD, and even then, that's kind of good in some sections.
Yeah, but New Orleans as a whole is hood, so like.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So I'm saying Whole Foods. Whole Foods is unmatched. Okay?
I would probably have to agree with Whole Foods.
Why are you bandwagoning?
Why?
I don't shop at any of them.
I do.
Are we trying to ban against me? Like,
yeah. Wait. Hold
No.
up. Time out. Because like Sprouts is not a big thing down here. You know, I know Sprouts.
We have to talk about all three though.
Yeah. But what's your number one?
Trader Joe's, of course.
That's cancer.
Well, that is my sign.
Wait.
Oh.
Why?
God.
Wait, no. Yeah, go ahead and explain yourself because you're already making me mad. Why?
It's just amazing in every aspect on every level, and I'm not like biased. I've actually tried all three, and honestly, my preference is Trader Joe's because they just always have like seasonal items. So something like I'm a big holiday person, so like something to get me in the mood for the holidays. Like let's say the caramel popcorn, the caramel sea salt popcorn is to die for. If you haven't tried it, let's fix that. It's amazing. So it's just stuff like that like they're always aware of. I feel like their customers, like and just the time of the year, like they always put out just extra special things. Like I can find something there, like this garlic spread I found there that I can't find anywhere else. I found fucking bruschetta there already made. Where else can I get that? Besides restaurant,
I mean,
where else can I get
I'm pretty sure you can find that at Whole Foods.
Let me have my moment. Let me have
What the fuck?
It's just, the girls that get it, the girls that don't, it's just a magical place. Like,
I think Whole Foods is
black girls shop at Trader Joe's. It's true. But I just feel like the selections are, they're healthy at each place. But, I just feel like an extra skinny bitch shopping at Trader Joe's. Like, there's just something about it. Like, I feel bougie. If someone asks, like, what am I doing for fun? Trader Joe, going to shop at Trader Joe's is fun.
That's
like new finds, cheap seasonings, unique seasonings you're not gonna find somewhere else. Go ahead.
That's cap. Okay, no, that's hella cap because
Do you want me to dig in my seasoning cabinet?
Trader Joe's is like Walmart to Target. Like,
don't disrespect.
No, I am disrespecting it because like I don't think I've ever went to a Whole Foods that like didn't have almost every aspect of food in that building. Like Whole Foods is the only place where if you cut every corner, there's somebody making something that you didn't know could quite possibly be made in the store. Like they will serve you like fresh sushi and then you can spin the block and now they're chopping like beef straight off the cow, and then next thing you know you got some guy making chicken curry and also providing the spices straight from the Silk Road. Like
they make the Parmesan cheese right in the aisle. Yeah,
no, it's crazy. Like it's so baffling that you actually got up on here. Hold up, time out. You woke up this morning, okay? You woke up this morning, looked me dead in the eye earlier, and told me you was gonna have a discussion about a food outlet, and you come to me with this blasphemy because because let me tell you something.
It's important.
It's important. Trader Joe's look like Davy Jones's boat. Like it is like
the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, like every time I go into Whole Foods, I feel like my cholesterol lowers. Okay, like I'm pretty.
Have you gone to Trader Joe's?
Huh?
Have you gone to Trader Joe's?
Yes, twice. I went once with you.
Oh. Oh, okay. You did, and I made you my famous shrimp burgers from there.
You did make the famous shrimp burgers,
I made you a second,
and I do appreciate the shrimp burgers were shrimping. They were pretty delicious, but it's unmatched. Like that shrimp burger means nothing to like what Whole Foods can serve. I'm telling you, like Whole Foods made this. They had this. I used to work at like near a Whole Foods, and I used to go on lunch, and they like had this like little Oriental spot. It had I used to always get this chicken katsu, and like a bowl of pho, and it was unbelievable, like absolute, like I'm talking about like straight fresh. It would take them 20 minutes for them to like make it because they prepared it all in front of you, and like I would just walk up with my lunch and brown paper bag it and stuff, and then like Trader Joe's ain't never made me want to drink kombucha. Whole Foods did, okay? I don't even drink kombucha.
Okay, but they do have some fire energy shots, some immune boosting energy shots. They're only $1.99. It changed my life.
This is crazy. You would come over here.
Facts.
You would look me dead in the eye and tell me that
I
Trader
felt myself
Joe's
starting to get sick. I took that ginger zinc shot, and I felt like a brand new person.
I
was hopping up and doing other people's jobs.
I bet my soul I could find that same shot at Whole Foods, but better.
Okay, well, those shots, everyone has it now, and they're more popular like at stores like Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Sprouts because they know people are gonna buy them.
I just like how Sprouts
if you put this shit at Walmart,
completely
they're not
phased
gonna
out
buy
this
it.
conversation. Sprouts.
I like Sprouts. I like
fuck
Sprouts,
but
like Trader Joe's over. You have some on Trump you want to unpack?
I've never seen a Sprouts.
Yeah, I think it's
cool. There's not a lot of them.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them. I've seen them only in Vegas, but
yeah,
the Trader Joe's thing, that's unbelievable. Like, now I'm not saying that Trader Joe's is bad because they do have quality products in there. I'm not gonna cap. Like, I would definitely shop at Trader Joe's than to shop at Walmart any day. I would actually sell my foot before I would want to go shop at Walmart because I fucking hate Walmart with a passion. But
yeah, you never know what you're gonna see.
Yeah, Walmart.
That's why you don't go in. You just order your shit online.
Bitches shaking ass in a deli. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
bitches in their bonnets.
Yeah, bitches shaking ass in the ice cream aisle. Niggas was licking ice cream in the ice cream aisle.
Yeah, that Bluebell ice cream.
Yeah.
You don't have these problems in Sprouts, Target.
You don't have these problems at Whole Foods.
Exactly.
One nigga is stealing from Whole Foods. Think about that.
That's crazy.
Like, think about that. Like, if you're stealing from Whole Foods, you're probably like Satan or something. Like,
I have a weird ass comparison. It's just like, would you say that like people being ratchet in Walmart is like akin to fucking Gen Z and Gen Alphas fucking doing TikTok dances at Whole Foods?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, for sure.
There are different levels.
Yeah.
There are different levels.
Yeah, like
different levels.
No, I would say that's about the same. If you're doing ratchet shit in Whole Foods, you're immediately like Walmart tier human being.
You're being escorted out by security.
Yeah. No, 100%. That's kind of
crazy. I feel like TikToks are harmless though. Like
they seem harmless, but they're destructive.
If it's a dance. Okay.
Why are you doing a dance in a fucking spice aisle? Okay,
because it's spicy.
She's feeling spicy.
Why you popping your pussy for cayenne pepper? Okay,
like, it slaps.
Because that pussy's hot.
It's the last one.
I hate both of your answers, by the way. I immensely hate both of your answers. Okay, more of the story. I don't really say this too often, but your opinion is wrong. Like, you need to change it.
Whose opinion?
Yours.
You always tell me. You always have something to say.
I very much do.
Your own people.
That is crazy. Really, that is
especially
crazy.
You're my number one hater.
Like, I am a hater. I'm gonna be honest.
And you're hating early.
I'm not even gonna cap. I'm very much a hater. I hate on shit. Okay.
I'll
hate on your dog. I'll hate on your funeral service. Like, like I really don't give a fuck, bro. But like, it's kind of crazy that Trader Joe's to Whole Foods, like that's like comparing.
I said what I said.
That's like comparing a Toyota Camry to a fucking Infiniti QX80. Like that's
nah.
I mean,
Trader Joe's is just magical. Like, okay, let's say it's Cinco. What's the holiday? It's not Cinco de Mayo. Day of the Dead.
Oh, Dia de los Muertos.
Thank you. You can get one of those cool skulls every year. You can get a small one, a big one, a medium size, whatever you want, bitch. You can get it, and it's dirt cheap, and you get a plant with it. You can buy plants. You can buy fucking flowers. You can buy wine. I bought my grandma a Hydra from there. Okay.
You can do all of that at Whole Foods.
No.
The only thing you can't do at Whole Foods is buy them bomb ass like holiday cookies that are really soft with like the faces on it. You know what I'm talking about. You like bought me like a box of 40 once.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, fine. Be a hater then. We're fucking moving on, okay?
And that ends this section of Gaslight Me.
Are you talking about the ones that I brought to the Halloween party and you niggas ate it in like less than
that
20
shit
minutes?
smacked.
And I made like fucking
the fucking cookie slap. You see, she like, oh, now I'm not a hater because she remembered. You know, so ooh. Nah, yeah, them cookies slap. That's the only thing I'd be expecting for like Halloween is just to eat them fucking cookies because like Walmart put them in fucking droves. They literally leave a freezer of like 200 boxes on them shits, and meanwhile I'm like grabbing like 60 of them.
I'm grabbing like 10 at a time, man. 10 at a time.
Them shits are crack. Well, anyway, thank you for that interesting sauce. So
I decided to keep it a little bit more G-rated versus what I was
G-rated. Nah, you should have. Nah. We go crazy here. We go hog wild. Okay, balls to the wall.
Here's the right way to pop pussy.
Stop.
Okay, that'll be my next segment.
Oh God!
While we're listening to WAP,
we're gonna get highlight
like,
backspace.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information.
Oh my God! No, please, no. Please.
Susan, you're really working that back, Susan.
No, okay, y'all been listening to too much Ice Spice. Chill out. Okay, so last thing we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about Boosie Badass. Okay,
Boosie Badass.
Mr. Boosie Badass. Mr. Set It Off, okay. You know, he tends to say some pretty wild shit. It's Boosie Badass.
Tends to.
But I can't let what the fuck he said this week slide, okay? Like, I almost stopped listening to everything he has ever produced because of this opinion, okay? Boosie Badass had the audacity to really get on Instagram and state that nobody got more hits than R. Kelly. Now think about, first of all, just think about that sentence by itself. Nobody has more hits than Mr. Robert Kelly, okay? R. Kelly, okay?
Wild take.
He continues and goes, you're going to have to put him in a versus with Spotify. Hit for hit, he would blow out. Oh my God. The fuck? Just saying just looking at the name, oh my God, I'm just getting so mad. This nigga said he would blow out Michael Jackson in a versus. You know what? Let me play this audio for you. Let me play this audio for you. I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to this.
Ain't nobody got more hits than R. Kelly. You gonna have to put him in a verses with Spotify. He would dog Michael Jackson. Ain't nobody else. I don't see. R. Kelly would smoke Michael Jackson in a verses. Hit for hit, he would blow Michael Jackson. Bro, R. Kelly, bro. How many Michael Jackson songs you know, and how many R. Kelly songs you know?
Such a bad take.
How many Michael Jackson songs you know?
I agree.
And
I second that
Kelly songs you know?
It's really just there.
That nigga will smoke Michael.
Bro, okay. Hold up. I really have to sit here and like contain my anger. Because don't get me wrong. Like, R. Kelly definitely has a great music. He has a great music career. Now outside of like his legal woes, you know, fuck him. But like, if we're talking about strictly the artistry, like he has had a really solid career. Let's be totally honest. But to compare it to Michael fucking Jackson,
the literal king of pop.
is sacrilege. Like, it is literally, that is the most absurd thing I've heard all year. Like, we are what's today? The 19th?
The 19th.
We are 8 fucking months in this year. Almost 9. And this nigga said probably the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. He either had to be high as a bitch or on ketamine. Like, it has to be one or the other. Because no person on this planet with a functioning brain would sit there and state that Robert Kelly, would beat Michael Jackson hit for hit, blow for blow in a versus.
Crazy.
Like, wait.
Someone come grab me.
Let me throw you. Let me just throw you. Like, I could just throw one thing at you, okay? That would blow Robert Kelly out the water.
Thriller.
Oh yeah, Thriller. Boom. Okay, gone. That was the second thing I was about to bring up. First thing, y'all remember the Wii game Michael Jackson The Experience?
Yes.
Oh, that game, we took that so serious.
That game was literally a fucking anthology of Michael Jackson's greatest hits.
It really was.
It literally was that.
Sweat.
Michael Jackson's weakest hits still blow R. Kelly out the fucking water.
Yeah.
Literally. Like, it is a absolute wash.
Like, all you have to do is name like 5 songs from Michael Jackson, and most likely you've already blown R. Kelly out of the water.
Bro, like, Thriller, Rock With You.
Fucking remember the time.
Remember the great. Do you remember now? You and me on the phone. Do you? Like, bro, like, good.
Fucking beat it.
Wait, hold up. Before we even move on, y'all, Michael Jackson is done the most pimp shit I've ever seen in my 28 years of being on this planet. Michael Jackson is the only dude to ever go into somebody's castle, talk about how he was smashing the king's bitch, like the queen and whatnot. This guards surround him. Them niggas start breakdancing, and he turned into sand. Like, think about that. Okay, any other person get absolutely wasted. Michael Jackson turned into fucking sand. Did he die? No. Did they kill him? No. like, you're not catching him. It's sand. Okay? What? Yo, I'm having a midlife crisis right now. Like,
why did he say that?
Like, I don't know. Why would somebody say
ratio
He sat in the corner.
Like, why would somebody say that?
Why would you say something so bold yet so wrong?
Right. Like, why would you do that? Can I just look? Let me just throw some Michael Jackson hits to you, okay? Don't stop till you get enough. Banger. Rock With You. Slaps. Billie Jean. Incredible. Beat It. It's Beat It. Dirty Diana. Black and White. I Just Can't Stop Loving You. Like,
Rock My World.
Rock My World. You Are Not Alone. Thriller, of course. Smooth Criminal.
They Don't Really Care About Us.
Man in the Mirror. Pretty Young Thing.
There's just so many.
There's really... The more I look at this list, I'm just so baffled. Like,
I can name 2 R. Kelly songs I remember.
Ignition. Got the keys at the kitchen.
Fucking.
Fresh out the kitchen. Excuse me.
Same Girl.
Same Girl. Yeah.
I remember Same Girl.
Trapped in a Closet.
Trapped in the
And
closet.
Trapped in
But I don't really count
That's
that
really
as a song. I
great.
count that as like a nursery drama. Like this, like no cap, he really. And by the way, Trapped in the Closet has like 40 episodes. I don't know if y'all know that, but
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
yeah, like it gets crazy too because he meets like a midget and a pimp and like cheers up. It's very, very much weird. Like, why would he say that? I'm just look.
Clearly, he has not watched the Thriller music video enough.
Clearly, he doesn't know that Michael Jackson's Thriller sold 32 million copies. Like that album sold 32 million copies. It's like
Still ahead.
Michael Jackson's the only nigga on the planet that has made people pass out just by walking by him. Like if that's not the most anime shit I've ever like heard of in my life, it's incredible.
Like, how many artists can you say had a music video where, like, a dude with a creepy-ass voice has a monologue, and not only do they learn all of the words to the song, but they also learn the monologue? That's Thriller.
Yeah.
That monologue is fucking classic.
Michael Jackson is the only person to have, like, 2, like, albums remain at #1 for, like, 30 plus weeks at the time. Like, he had
Damn.
he had Thriller and Bad. Like, Bad remained at the top 5 for 38 weeks, and Thriller remained at the top of the Billboard 200 for 37 weeks.
That's insane.
And
Almost a full fucking year. Like,
yeah, no one's touching her. Sorry, Boozy.
yeah, it's crazy. Like, why? Like,
Plus ratio.
bro, yeah, no, for real. It's Michael Jackson getting washed by R. Kelly, by Robert Kelly. Okay,
That's the most wild statement I heard this
that's
year.
the most disrespectful. Like, you really have no regard to artistry. Like, I understand Mr. Boosie Badass, Mr. BOOSIE that's me, wipe it now. Like, I understand that, like, you know, you're from the streets, you have your artistry out there, but it pales in comparison to Michael Jackson. Robert Kelly pales in comparison to R. Kelly. Like
They're just not on the same level.
they're not. Bro, they're not even close. They're not even on the same fucking area. Like
Michael Jackson is in space. That nigga is in, like, Detroit.
yeah, really, like, so for real.
Not Detroit.
Yeah, all the way in the deep. Like, it's so wild. Like, his accolades is just unmatched. There will never be another Michael Jackson. No matter how much, no matter what people say, no matter, like, you know, the comparisons that were made. Like, I remember at one point people were claiming that, like, Bruno Mars was, like, the next Michael Jackson
No.
in terms of, like, creativity, and, like, it was hinted that Chris Brown was, and, you know, the latest one was, like, The Weeknd and shit like that. Like, but nobody will ever compare to Michael Jackson. Hit for hit.
Yeah.
Never.
Plus, like, all three of those men are smart enough to know they shouldn't try to be or beat Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Because you
Like,
can't.
that's just an uphill battle. You ain't gonna win.
Think about this too. Michael Jackson is doing all of this in the pre-internet era. Pre-internet era. Like,
This man was, like, worldwide household name before you could send an email to your friend.
exactly, bro. He was doing numbers, like literal physical numbers. Like, I'm pretty sure people were going to, like, the store and, like, running each other over to get his CDs and vinyls and cassettes and shit like that. Like, if they were brand new Pokemon cards and shit. Like, it's crazy. Tell me the last time somebody passed out listening to an R. Kelly song.
I mean, the last time I can think of anyone passing out to R. Kelly was just hearing all of his accusations during his trial.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Because
yeah,
he had
like,
too many.
yeah, like, I mean, Robert Kelly, were peeing on people, you know,
Like, bro, like the biggest reason I remember R. Kelly is because of a Boondocks episode.
yeah, no, for real,
That was
yeah,
ripping him to shit.
Hmm.
yeah, they were really ripping him to shit. So, and the episode ended with him like getting away and stuff. Like it's one of, I'm telling you, like the Boondocks is such a like iconic show, but like it was so great whenever they got on that topic and stuff, and like, you know, now he's in prison and stuff, and like keep in mind that like I feel like Boosie has favoritism toward like R. Kelly because
Oh, absolutely.
like when he did go on trial and stuff and he finally got sentenced, Boosie was like, he feel like R. Kelly should have like gotten actual like mental help instead of being like